So we were saying that let's see what these systems they have to say about Ishwara. Now, this system like Samkhya, Lien system, it is a way of life, you can say, where these systems, their aim is what? Moksha. Whether Samkhya, Yoga, or bien Advaita Vedanta, their aim is definitely moksha, right? So let's see their point of view. Samkhya, it is one of the major atheistic schools. Samkhya is an atheistic school of Hindu philosophy. Yeah, the modern Samkhya tells that there is no God. The presence of God cannot be proved. That is what Samkhya says. Originally, the founder of Samkhya, Kapil. I write it here. The founder of Samkhya is Kapil. He was a sage, of course, sage Kapil. No, but before him, that Samkhya system was there. But the Samkhya system at that time, it's theistic, it's believing God. But later on, the effect of materialism, Samkhya in Arif believe that there is no God. There is no Ishwara. So scholars believe Samkhya is more accurately described as non-theistic. Yet others argue that Samkhya has been theistic form from its very beginning until medieval time, what I just told you. Ishwara, Ishwar, you write it like this, or bien like this, it's up to you. Right? Ishwara is considered as irrelevant concept, neither defined nor denied in Samkhya school of Hindu philosophy. Is okay, something which we cannot prove, which we cannot define, we can't believe in that, right? So Samkhya does not believe in Ishwara, in God. Remember that. Yoga, Patanjali Yoga system. The founder of Yoga, Patanjali, sage Patanjali. So Patanjali Yoga system fully believe in Ishwara. Who and what is Ishwar? The yoga system define Ishwar like it can be a personal God. Personal God veut dire un bon Dieu avec une forme qui vous priez. Fait comment dire, vous priez Shiv. Shiv is your Ishwar. I pray Kali. Kali is my Ishwara. Bien sûr, il n'y a pas de gender. Of course, God has no gender. Someone pray the formless one. Okay, you worship the formless one. Believe that formless is Ishwara, right? So, Yog Janu ke Ishwar can be a personal God, can be special self. Yan Atma, yan self, qui est very special. Il n'est pas pareil comme nous tous. Nous tous, nous avons un Atma here. But we are not special like that one, like the Supreme, like the Ishwara, right? So in the Yoga Sutra, chapter 1, Patanjali defines Ishwar here in these words. Ishwar as that special self, which is unaffected by obstacle, by problems, n'est pas affecté par problème, one's circumstances created by past or one's current action, one's life fruits, and one's psychological dispositions, intention. That is, Ishwara is not affected by problems. He's not affected by time. He's not affected by karma. He's not affected by mental modification, like having a disease, intention, psychological dispositions. He's not affected by these. He's beyond everything. That is Ishwara as described in the Patanjali Yoga system, right? In the Advaita Vedanta is bien vast. There are beaucoup of sages there who they were propounder of the Advaita Vedanta, right? We'll just see overall, right? So this school of Hinduism proclaims that Ishwar is the cause of the universe. Ishwara is the cause of the universe and the one who awards the fruit of every action. Celui qui peut contrôle tout nous award of our action is the Ishwara. He is defined as the one without likes and dislikes. He does not have like, he does not have dislike. As well embodied with compassion. He has compassion, qualities, right? Ishwara is that which is free from ignorance, from ego, from bondage. We have ego, we have problem of ignorance, but Ishwar does not. Ishwar is a self that is pure, enlightened, and liberated. Is a self, is an atman. You know, God is the supreme soul. Advaita Vedanta proclaims that the real nature of Ishwar, existence, consciousness, bliss. Remember last time, Sat, Chit, Anand. Advaita Janu, Ishwar is Sat, Chit, Anand. Ishwar is established as Sagun, savage, alien, and form, and also as Nirgun, as formless. It's up to us. You want to believe Ishwara means a God who has a form, or Ishwara means God having no form. We accept les deux, the Advaita Vedanta. Even the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, lui aussi accepte les deux. Parce qu'il y a des gens qui sont capables de personal God ou bien special self. Mais Kapil, Samkhya of Kapil, no. Truly, there's no Ishwar. Adi Shankaracharya was a great sage. He said, Ishwara Aham. Ishwara Aham. Aham Vijay I. I am Ishwara. Sakinu Jausi Aham Brahmasmi, no? I am Ishwara. Adi Shankaracharya said. In the Isha Upanishad, there is the first verse, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Isha. Isha Vasyam. This is the word Isha. Isha is referring to the Supreme, to God. Right? Bon, ça c'est trois systèmes qui nous guettent là, Samkhya, les diao qui penan Ishwar, Yoga. There is Ishwar, the carve personal, the carve special self. Advaita aussi pareil, the carve Sagun, the carve Nirgun. Right? Now let's see Charvak. Charvak is also known as Lokayat. It is materialism. You see, Hinduism accepte tout. Même un monde qui est matériel, Charvak, c'est une philosophie, hein? Materialism. Hinduism accepts that person as well. Parce que Hinduism dit comme ça que I can be someone who follows the Bhakti Yoga, tous les jours au mandir, je me fais la prière. Ou bien, I don't believe in God. I don't do prayers. I don't read scriptures, but I help people. I do service. That is also possible, no? Is a service qu'il peut faire là-même, it is a form of prayer to God. Il n'est pas nécessaire to go to temple. Peut-être il peut deny the existence of God. Okay, no problem. But il peut faire good karmas. That is more important. That's why Hinduism, il enveloppe the tout. Il accepte the tout. The way we are. So Lokayat ou bien Charvak, souvent on peut come across the word Charvak, they mean materialist, materialism. And of course, Charvak is an atheist school. They don't believe in God. Li comment dire, nous dire khale pile type, manger boire dormir type of, right? So it rejects all concept of ishwara. Radha Krishnan, who was a great Indian philosopher, he was also a politician in India. So he said that the materialist Charvak deny God, ridicule the priest, revile the Vedas, and seek salvation in pleasure. This is how Charvak is defined. Li pa croient dans mon Dieu, li ridicule ban priest, li revile the Vedas, li pa croient dans Veda, et li seek salvation in pleasure. Pour lui, ce qui est plus important, c'est pleasure, enjoyment of the senses. Donc, li end system qu'il reject ishwara, the concept of ishwara, right? So we have people like this, Charvak, comme si, parfois nous disons, non, like, we don't know what will happen tomorrow, so we live to the fullest today, right? Nous faire tout, we live life today. It's like that. So this is another which reject the Charvak system. We reject the Ishwara concept, right? So these are some description about the Charvak system. So Charvak and Ajita Kesha Kambalin. Charvak was the name of a person. De la philosophie la même is known as Charvak, the Charvak philosophy. He was a person. And Ajit Kesha Kambalin are said to have established Indian materialism. Ces deux-là, they are believed to have established the Charvak philosophy. But some still hold that Brihaspati was the original founder. Brihaspati the founder, but whoever the founder, be known by Charvak, right? Ou bien nous servi le mot lokayat, comment on dit ça? Lokayat means the philosophy of the people. Ils vivent comment ils ont vécu du monde, right? So these are some description about the Charvak. You can go through it. It is a Gnostic system. Sasiman YouTube links, you can go, you can watch, of course, right, to learn more. Now we do this last part. Après nous terminer. Hope I'm not taking too much time. So the next part is Devi. Nous fait Ishwar. Maintenant nous get Devi. Devi, ou bien we call that Shakti. Shakti, which means energy, which means power, right? So in Hinduism, you will see at times we have a male god and a female god. But God is genderless, that we know. But we depict that God as a mother, as a woman, right? As a mother, because God gives us motherly love, unconditional love, qui nos mamans, nous mamans, qui de nous one loves comme ça. So that's why we worship God in that form, right? Now, when we say Shakti, I don't know if it is here. Let me. So when we say Shakti in Hinduism, we just say the divine energy himself, ou bien itself, let's say, the divine energy, which we call also the Prakriti. Souvent, des fois, peut-être une tante Purush and Prakriti. That is the female aspect of the Supreme. Comme si Supreme est divisé en deux, the male and the female, Purush and Prakriti. But of course, c'est pas male, female, hein? C'est just the energy qui est comme ça. Right? Donc, in Hinduism, bien sûr, quand on cause Shakti, souvent des fois, Mother Goddess, Durga, Kali, Saraswati, tout ça vient dans la tête, right? So Shakti is the combined source of Trinity. If you have done that in Form 5, you remember comment nous get the form of Durga. C'est the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiv. The brilliance, the power qui se tient, tous les trois autres power merged together, and then Durga was formed, right? So this is how Shakti was formed. So the combination of the Trinity. This is the energy of Mother Goddess acting as the Shakti of Ishwara. They act as the Shakti of Ishwara. Here, we consider Ishwara being the male energy, a Shakti being the female energy. That's why souvent des fois, bizarre dire ça. I put it here. That Purush with Prakriti, they have done creation. No? So the male aspect, the male energy, and the female energy, no get creation. Like basically, we have the man and the woman, and then we can have the baby, right? It comes up. This is what has been written here. The creation is from the Purush together with Prakriti, the female energy, and then we have the whole of creation. This happened over a period of time through the differentiation and combination of 5 Mahabhuta. Quand Sadela, Purush and Prakriti, they merge together to do creation. Qu'est-ce que create at first? Create. There must be first creation. They create the 5 Mahabhuta, the 5 gross elements, right? Then they create the Panchendriya, the 5 sense organ. Then they create the 5 organ of action. Then they create the 5 subtle elements. Then they create the mind. They create ahankar, and then they create buddhi. This is how the creation actually is done, right? I will send you a photo later on. I'll send you a photo later on. There is a chart. Comment lui montrer, comment lui faire creation one. The same thing, one by one. I need to look for my book. I'll send you that. So Prakriti, the Shakti, evolves as ego consciousness. You know, dans tous les affaires qui bon Dieu crée un ego. Dans nous tous un ego. You also you have ego. Maybe you don't show it, but it's there. Ego is there. The ego is driven by the interplay of the 3 gunas, right? Namely the sattva, rajas, and tamas, nourished by the activity of senses. New ego, driven by the 3 gunas, nourished by the senses, by an activity qui nous rend senses faire, for example, right? And motivated by the force of desires. Si nos senses li mal fonctionner, li pas function properly in a good way, nos ego augmenté. Quand senses peut function in a proper way, we have sattva gun predominating, nuban desires under control, you will see the ego is under control. Ego is always there. Si vous tirez ça de où, ça veut dire we are not alive. Il paraît comment sattva, rajas and tamas. Parce que through sattva, rajas and tamas qui nous gagne ego. Vous get bien, maybe I'm confusing you. Ego, ahankar. For the Purush and Prakriti, zotin fait creation, no? Quand il crée tout ça là, il crée the 3 senses, the 3 gun as well, right? There are together the ahankar, the ego, deluded self, ou bien on appelle ça ego, right? So these things give it a false sense of identity. No, quand je me ego trop fort là, right? They give us a false sense of identity. This is not our identity. Being full of ego is not our identity. Totally under control, that's fine. But quand nous montrer ego, like I have so many cars, I have done this thing, you know, blah, blah, and all. This is false identity. Comment les false identity, betul? This is not us. Who are you? Who are we? We are not this body. We are the atma. Et atma, il va caver na ego dans lui à ce point-là que lui permet vers destruction. Actually, atma paye na ego, right? Qui lui permet vers destruction. It's not possible. So we have to realize c'est qui nos identity? Are we the body? Are we the soul? That's why souvent des fois nous, meditate on that. I am not the body, I am the soul. We keep on repeating this in the mind, right? Prakriti keeps us in delusion through combination of elements and through the interplay of the triple gunas. Interplay of gunas, veut dire parfois sattva predominate, parfois ou sentiu bien energetic, rajas is predominating. At times you are very sleepy when you have to do a work, that is tamas gun predominating, right? That is the work of Prakriti. That is the work of Prakriti, to do that interplay of the three gunas. A Prakriti keeps us in delusion. You know, at times, don't you feel tempted to do something? You are tempted by the actor or something. We have been tempted. C'est quoi ça? C'est sa shakti là, sa prakriti là. Prakriti is tempting us. We prefer the interplay of the triple gunas, of the three gunas. This is the work of Prakriti. C'est ça même ce travail. Bon, pas ça, of course, les faire creation. But ce travail, c'est les mettre hurdles dans le chemin, les mettre temptations, les faire interplay of the three gunas. Mais nous supposons être intelligent enough to overcome that temptation, to overcome that interplay of the three gunas. On a certain example, when Buddha was doing meditation, finally, il disait non, il a fait meditation pour lui-même. Prakriti was affecting him. Quand il a décidé de faire meditation, il peut faire meditation, rather, il fait solitude, trying to concentrate. Then Prakriti qui peut faire, il comme si envoie un flash of images dans la tête of his wife, of his child, of his parents, of his kingdom, of everything, to make him tempted, to tempt him. But Prakriti did not succeed there, because he was far more intelligent, far more capable of destroying that temptation, right? Donc, that is the work of Prakriti, to keep us in delusion. Now, Prakriti can take the form of Saraswati, Ninja, Shakti, no? Saraswati. Saraswati, you will see, she always assists Brahma. Tu les temps, il reste avec Brahma. Qui fait Brahma, that is the creator. Fait comment dire, ou environ la case. Ou même environ la case. You need to have the knowledge how to build the house. No? So, Brahma, les faire creation. Pour les faire creation, il a sa knowledge là, sa capacité là to do creation. That's why Brahma is associated with Saraswati. Vishnu is associated with Lakshmi. To manage the world, we need paisa, we need money, we need wealth, we need resources. Et tout ça là, c'est Lakshmi de nous. And Vishnu, the preserve, the pareil at home. Your parents work, no? Earn money, Lakshmi, to pay the bill, to sustain the family, like Vishnu does, to sustain the family, to buy food, right? Shiv, bien sûr, les connected, les associated with she becomes a yogini ou bien a siddhi. Shiv is usually associated with Durga, or you call that Kali, ou bien any name. You know, the destructive aspect. Shiv se travaille destruction, right? So at the same time, divine being in origin and nature, she also helped individuals who worship her. God, Shakti, and l'autre façon pour décrire l'inundia Prakriti, ou bien Shakti, the goddess, we worship her. For what? For certain specific reasons might be, or to seek liberation. Since she is the cause of illusion, the logic is she is in a better position to relieve us from bondage. Okay? But it is said, of course, que bon, pour tout le monde, il n'y a pas une logique, bien sûr. Parce que she is the creation of the illusion. Donc, she is the best one whom we can worship to relieve us from that. So that's why we had the ascendance of Shaktism. Shaktism, c'est the cult who which worship Shakti. Is Shakti really female? Shakti is just energy. No, she, Durga, Saraswati, no? But just energy, purely energy, pure matter. But physicists call that pure matter. This interpretation is purely human, figurative. You know, Nupedan Kali, formula. It is our description of Kali, very figurative, and should not be taken literally. It is also wrong to believe that self is male and energy is female. Normalement, ne pas décrire God as male or female, the genderless, right? So Purush exists in male as well as in female. So does Prakriti exist in male also. Nous avons les deux, Purush and Prakriti dans nous. En fait, il y a une seule énergie, mais l'île separated as Purush and Prakriti. Pour les capables de creation. Right? So this is Shakti. With that, I have finished with this part of the syllabus, the different understanding of the divine. Nukava Peli Nirgun Brahman, Sagun Brahman, Sachidanand, Niti Niti, Nufyamurti Puja. We call the god Ishwar Unya Shakti. Okay. And now we will, Ishwar and Murti Puja, we have talked about it already. God as having the Nirgun, that is without the attributes, I know, right? So God is neither male nor female, right? So we will continue next time. We have to do the various theistic traditions. Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism, Smartism, right? Quite interesting also. Mainly purely philosophy, some topic about God and all, right? Soon, right? So here you are, guys. I recorded it.